this way. Did not know the coral were animals, so that immediately made me feel differently.
Yeah.
Also felt like they're the canaries in the coal mine. I thought, oh my God, all the energy is going into the ocean. They're absorbing it for us in a way. Because if it wasn't going into the ocean, we'd be gone, as you pointed out into your film.
Yeah.
So those were two things I didn't know, and those really they stay with me because I feel horrible. I really feel horrible for the coral that have sort of sacrificed because we didn't realize that was what was happening to them. So it's great that you did that in this film. And Mark, did you want to add to that?
Yeah, I was going to say, you mentioned the young energy, and it's really about the younger generation. I think it's also interesting that there's like, I don't know if this is intentional from the editing side, but there is like this portrayal of the 3 generations throughout the film too. I think that's cool, and I think one of the parts that gets me the most, and Davis and I were talking about this earlier, was when Charlie says, I think it was, you're not going to like yourself if you're an older man. And that always gets me, because it always makes me think, like, gosh, what am I going to be okay with the actions that I took when I was younger, or when I'm older? I hope this film's like a mirror to looking at yourself and saying, well, what am I? Do I deserve doing this action of, should I get solar panels? Should I get an electric car? What else can I do? Am I okay with just being who I am right now?
And I think like the other piece of that too is that not everybody can get solar panels and electric cars.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not realistic for us at this point to say that that's an expectation. And I think that's the best part about this film, is that it doesn't tell you what you have to do. And that's, I think, intentional, because we didn't necessarily know what the answer was for every person, because for every person it is different. And I think you were speaking about tipping points.
Right.
For us, chasing ice was about ice. Chasing coral is, about coral. But actually, they're not about ice or coral. These are about ecosystems. And if we lose the ice or we lose the coral, like, that is a really sad thing, and we don't actually know the ramifications that may cause. But it's beyond that. It's what about the kelp forests and the deserts and the tropical forests, and there's all these other ecosystems, and there isn't one necessary, from the scientists, there isn't one tipping point, there's many tipping points. And I think at the same time that's actually hopeful, because it doesn't mean that, we've lost hope and that there's this giant asteroid headed to Earth and we don't know what to do. Like, we have all the solutions. We know exactly what we have to do, and we all have to do it, but it also has to happen at different levels. And I think we're placing a lot of hope in the local level. I think it's like Jane Goodall that actually says, a lot of people say, think local, act global, or think global, act local. Right. She says, think local, act local. By doing that, everyone will act globally. And we're really putting a lot of stock into that when we use this film to try to bring a new wave of these climate champions to the forefront.